Okay, so today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I'm gonna see if I can keep this relatively quick. Let's see if we can get one of these under 15 minutes. So, kind of blitzing and speed running. Number one, Severance, the visual novel I've been working on. I said that my goal was to get this draft finished by the end of April. And when I first said that, it was a very, this is doable, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it done. I'm currently on the last chapter. I didn't do any editing Monday or Tuesday. Yesterday, I did a lot of writing because there was one scene that was going to be added that I hadn't actually drafted yet. Did most of it yesterday, finished it this morning, did the rest of the penultimate chapter because it's part of the penultimate chapter this morning. So now I have the last chapter to do. I might do that later today. I've done quite a bit today. I might just kind of take it easy and do other shit. But barring some like crazy shit the next few days, which can always happen. Apparently, we're gonna get a tornado soon. But barring some monumental bullshit, I should be able to have this draft of Severance done by the end of the week, which means I have an entire week to, I don't know, maybe start Isla early or to just kind of relax and not think about writing, which is not going to happen. Of course, I'm going to think about writing. But progress been made there. Progress be good. Other things, I'm wearing my OKC shirt. The playoffs are starting. The play-in is currently happening. And I don't know. I don't know how often I talk about... I don't talk about basketball super often. So I don't know if I've really said my opinion on the play-in. Short version is this. I don't mind the idea of like, all right, it's kind of the last bastion for the teams that didn't quite make the cut, but were really close. I believe this started during the COVID season just because of the uneven amount of games and everything. That made sense. Now it does just kind of feel like, hey, we can have more games and make more money. Okay. I feel like there should be kind of a cutoff. Like, if you're within 10 games, maybe, but even then, that seems like quite a bit of drop off. Maybe it should be something, because I think here, like, the Mavs are within 10 of, I don't remember if it was the Grizzlies or the Warriors that were in 8. I think it was the Grizz. If you're within 10 games, sure. If it's a bigger margin, I don't think so. I don't know what the margin is between the Heat and the Hawks. I could check, but I can't right now because I'm using my phone. But I think it's kind of one of those things, like, I feel like it's a privilege, not a right, to be able to do the play-in, but it's going on right now. I hope OKC wins the chip. This is the best team in the league this year, at least in terms of record. I believe in terms of record, this is the best OKC team we've ever had. I would be really just disappointed and heartbroken if we don't do well. I think the last couple weeks, I noticed we were on the wrong end of a few blowouts. And I don't know how much of that is like, look, the team is not really giving a shit, kind of trying to rest, or no. Like, yeah, the Rockets and Lakers are really good, and did they just have a really good night? Or is this, I should be worried going forward? I hope I don't need to be worried. I hope we make the finals, and I hope whoever we play, Cleveland, Boston, etc., I hope we kick their asses. But we'll see what happens, but I will definitely probably be talking about basketball a bit more. I guess while on the subject of sports, football, when is the draft? I think the draft is like tonight or next week. I think it's supposed to be really, really soon. I just haven't been keeping up with it right now. I've heard something about the Saints, like Derek Carr is injured. He might need shoulder surgery, which, look, I know there's a lot of Saints fans that don't really like Derek Carr, but that is our starting quarterback. Maybe it would be better if we went with someone younger, gave them reps, and we look what happened in Washington. Who the fuck ever knows? But apparently now it's less of like, okay, he's injured, and there's a discussion about, hey, maybe he's not injured, and he's just mad that the Saints maybe want to draft a new quarterback, and he's kind of being unprofessional about it, or maybe he is actually injured. And the fact that we're having this conversation at all is not a good sign. To me, that's either there are people who really, really hate Derek Carr and want to take any chance to slander him, or where there's smoke, there's fire. And this is a fire that needs to be put out. Anyways, I guess just moving on to other shit. In terms of shows, like I said, me and the boys have been rewatching Steven Universe. We finished season 4. I don't think Jose has yet started season 5. If so, I've missed the start of season 5. But I expect in the next couple days or next week, we're probably going to like really buckle down and watch season 5. I did finish Double Zeta. I loved it. I won't go into any details here because I have a lot of notes that I need to get compiled to do a video talking about Double Zeta specifically. I also went ahead and rewatched Char's counterattack. I do have my notes ready for CCA. I don't know, like, there's a part of me that's like, I did technically watch it before Double Zeta, and I have the notes done. Maybe I'll record that first. The other part of me is like, chronologically, it's probably better to talk about it after Double Zeta, and I do mention a few things about Double Zeta in CCA, even though no one from that show fucking appears in it. But I will say, I liked it a lot more the second time around. I think part of it is knowing the movie I was getting into, and also just having a better understanding of new types, of just really thinking more about Char's character, and like talking to some of my friends who watch Gundam, reading different kind of theories and impressions online. It kind of guided me to a point where I'm like, okay, this is what I think of the movie and of Char's characterization, and this is why I really like it. I guess that to not go super deep into it right here, I think there's elements of Char Aznable and there's elements of Lieutenant Quattro, both kind of at play going against each other, and I find that interplay really interesting. But I really like the movie, so my Gundam plan now, aside from doing the videos on these, is I'm going to watch Unicorn. I'm going to watch a bunch of OVAs. Unicorn first, because that does chronologically take place after CCA. I don't remember the list of the other ones. I have them written down, but I had a bunch of OVAs recommended to me that take place like during UC, so I'm just kind of going to binge Unicorn, binge those other OVAs. After that, I think is Victory, Turn A, and then I'm going to turn to the AUs. I don't really think I'm going to try watching Wing again. I'm like, look, it's 50 they're all like 50 episodes, but this is one I tried and I didn't care. And from people that I've talked to that like watch Gundam, like really like Gundam, are like, you're not missing a whole lot if you skip Wing. I've seen Double O and I liked it fine. And that was before I'm like trying to get into Gundam, but I don't think I'm really that interested, but I could maybe be convinced to. I'm definitely going to watch Seed. Not as sure about Destiny, but I really want to watch Seed, and I'm like, okay, I am going to rewatch Code Geass, just from that lens of Gundam, because looking at Lelouch's character, I'm like, is Lelouch a Char? Like, is he a Char clone? Because I can kind of see it, like, there's definitely differences, but I can see some of the overlaps, and like, okay, is Code Geass, like, a reimagining of 79, but instead of following Amuro, you're following Char. And like Suzaku is kind of your Amuro analogy. Definitely not one-to-one, but I could kind of maybe see some similarities. We'll see. It might be something I'm totally bullshitting, and then when I watch, I'm like, yeah, okay, like that's maybe conceptually, but in execution, it's super fucking different. Or maybe there's more than meets the eye. I don't know. But we'll see about that. In terms of games, I just haven't played Celeste. I do feel like I got to the point where I got what I needed from that playthrough and I need to stop. I haven't played anything new lately. Like, I've been meaning to start up Astrobot. I just haven't done it yet. Wyatt and I haven't had another session with Metaphor, but I really want to soon, especially because now Clay has started Metaphor. I'm like, fuck, I really liked what I was playing. I want to get more into this. I did start playing Smash again. Part of that was just playing with the boys, but also I've been playing a bit online, and I've been playing one character specifically online, and that's Mr. Game & Watch. That is not because I know how to Mr. Game & Watch. It's not because I'm a good Game & Watch player. That is because, sorry, I was just like checking the time. It's because Judgment is the most fun fucking thing in the game. When I play Mr. Game & Watch, I am trying to do two things. Roll 9s and get buckets. And there are some characters that are so fucking fun to play against. Like, this didn't happen recently, but probably my favorite memory of ever playing Smash Ultimate is I was playing online Game & Watch, and my friend Lily was, like, riding shotgun with me. And so she watched this. I was playing a Zelda. And Zelda was, trying to do some Zelda shit, like use her stand, use Din's fire, which, like, okay, fire goes into the bucket and fills it. The stand, I can reflect it. So at one point, Zelda sends out the dude, I reflect it with the bucket. And the Zelda just kind of stops moving for a bit. And I can hear the gears turning in their mind of, okay, if I use my down B, he reflects it. But I also have a reflector. So I can throw out the dude, he reflects it, I reflect it back, and then it does even more damage, and he fucking dies. Boom. But here's the thing. Game & Watch could just hold the bucket forever. It's not a, okay, like Zelda's thing where like it's a spin, but then the move ends. It's like Fox. Here's the frame, like where it starts up and is an attack. I don't think the bucket's ever an attack, obviously, unless you fell and you're throwing the oil out. It's just, boop, I'm now reflecting you forever. So, Zelda sends out the dude, it bounces off the bucket, then she uses, and we're like super close together too, so she then uses her neutral B, reflects the dude back, and you see him just like bounce super quickly between the two of us. Her move ends, mine never does, and she fucking explodes, and it is the funniest shit I have ever seen. And playing Game & Watch online is just me chasing that high. I just want to roll 9s. I am not playing Smash Brothers anymore. I am not playing a game to win and deplete the other player of their lives. I am playing a game with Lady Luck just to roll 9s. If I get 1 9 off, I feel like I've won. So if I actually win, I don't know what the phrase I was trying to use. It's just like, that's just a nice bonus. It's like the sprinkles on the ice cream. But from the other perspective, I'm not good with this character because I'm not trying to play the character effectively. I'm just trying to do dumb shit that makes me happy. So I can only imagine the frustration of playing against me and just beating the shit out of me. Like, I was going against Luigi and a Sheik that were just juggling me, doing kind of whatever the fuck they wanted. And at literally any point, if I hit them, there is a 1 in 9 chance they will just die. Not because they're being outplayed, not because I'm like, oh, okay, like I really got my shit together, or I understand how to use this move to its potential, like Jigglypuff's Rest, or Luigi's Up B. It is pure, unadulterated luck, and if I hit them, they might just explode, regardless of how well they're playing. And that sounds so frustrating and so ass, but it's so stupid that this is a thing that can happen, that I love it. I will acknowledge, I'm the asshole here, I am the problem. But it's just so ding-dang fun. So I did quite a bit of that, and I was doing it while listening to albums. Like, I finished Michael Jackson. Again, just all the studio albums. I didn't do the Jackson 5, just MJ as a solo artist. Yeah, it's Michael Jackson. It's fucking fantastic. The last couple albums, so I think that was History, Invincible. I don't remember if I did the one before History while Game & Watching as well. What was that? It's Thriller, Bad, and there's one... Sorry, I don't know, my hands are getting a little twitchy. I don't remember off the top of my head what's after Bad, but I think there's one in between Bad and Invincible. Or, excuse me, in between Bad and History. But Game & Watch and Michael Jackson is a very fun combination, and I really liked the last two albums. I know there was something in between, so it was like, yeah, Thriller is the half one, because there's 10. The first 4 are Young Michael. I don't remember the name of the first one, and then it's Ben... Music in Me, Forever Michael, which I think is all like Young Michael. I think Forever Michael is more like teenager, and then Off the Wall, and Off the Wall is a lot of fun. Thriller, which is phenomenal. Bad, which I think is... I go back and forth. I do overall would probably say I like Bad as an album a little bit more, but it's like, here's a 10 out of 10, and here's a 10 out of 10. Although... there is this 3-track sequence in Thriller of Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean. I'm like, look, it's not like the rest of the album sucks. There's still some bangers on that album. But damn, if that is not like the greatest 3-track run I've maybe ever seen on any album. It's phenomenal. But Bad, Smooth Criminal, Dirty Diana, Man in the Mirror, all like some of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. Criminal being my favorite Michael Jackson song. That's kind of what puts it over the edge. And I think there was one after that I liked, but wasn't. I know it is. I just dead ass don't remember the name. And it was alright. Like, I liked it fine. Really liked History and really liked Invincible. So now I'm on Esperanza Spalding, who I've said before was one of the artists who is kind of an inspiration for doing this. Just like, I'm interested in this artist, let me listen to all their shit. I've listened to 4 albums, 2 yesterday, 2 today. Didn't listen to a lot of Esperanza Spalding while writing, and yeah, it's really good background music. Her music's really fucking good. I think there's 6 albums left, but I've been enjoying her a lot so far. So, Clay and I watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl this week. I finally watched it. I finally got to see. I did not! Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled! And then when his George Lopez is like, this is my class, not yours. I know everything, and you know nothing. After class, you will report to the principal's office with your parents. I don't want to say the whole movie is like that one scene, but a lot of it is. What's up? It was a wonderful experience. Is it a good movie? No. I think at one point I described it to Clay as like, I feel like I'm watching House, but if House was bad. And like, I think a lot of it is just, you know, like the pacing's kind of weird. The effects are terrible. The acting is all over the place. But look, this is a movie inspired by the dreams of, I believe the name is like Racer Rodriguez, but it's Robert Rodriguez made a movie based off his kid's dreams, like for his kid. I can't hate that. I think that's really neat and really sweet. Is it a movie that I would be like, man, I want to rewatch this? Probably not, but there's a lot of scenes I would like to rewatch, and I've seen so many versions of the Mr. Electric meme. I think 2 of my favorites are, Mr. Electric, kill him! Kill him now! And I think my all-time favorite is just the text meme. It's Mr. Electric, feast upon his flesh, his soul is not worth the meat it inhabits, and I was crying laughing when I saw that shit. I'm glad I saw it. It was a fucking work of art. And I guess I probably should have said this with shows, but ending with Survivor. So, we are merged. No bullshit there, although someone was forced to lose their vote. So, for whatever reason, like for the last 3 tribals, we have not had everyone on one beach be able to use their vote. Again, not shit I'm crazy about. At the very least here, it's not total random bullshit. It's you have to play a game against other players. I think last season they did it, and I had to do like the Jenga game. But like, I actually kind of like that. I like that it becomes, it's not you playing against yourself and you can lose a vote. It's if you're forced to lose it, it's one person. You gotta outlast everyone. And with this particular game, I immediately thought of Mario Party, because there's a mini game in Mario Party 2 that's the same shit. But I like that there is some strategic acumen to it, and not just how do I unfuck myself. It's how do I set someone else up for failure or use my turn to protect this other person? I found that really cool and really interesting because I did the same shit in Mario Party, because I remember playing this minigame and my friend Wyatt is great at Mario Party. So I was like, hey guys, we should all like team up to make sure Wyatt doesn't win this minigame. And we did. I'm like, oh my God, like they're literally doing the same shit that I did. Like, this is kind of neat. This was an episode about the Strong Five. I just like to call them the Unga Bunga Alliance, because anytime I can use the phrase Unga Bunga is a good day. So, the Unga Bunga Alliance and who they're trying to take out, but Mary now has the 6th spot, even though I thought that was Camilla, based on that, you know, like one conversation that Camilla, Kyle, Joe, and Shaheen had on the Mixed Tribe. The fact that it seemed like Joe and Shaheen really like Camilla. Obviously, she's Kyle's number 1. And while Kyle is trying to play it off as like, yeah, we're not that close, and both of them are doing that really well, it did kind of seem to me that, oh, okay, Camilla kind of has that extra slot. But now David is really close to Mary, so Mary has that slot, and then Mary's like, hey, maybe we should get rid of Camilla. And David's like, yeah, we should get rid of Camilla. And Kyle goes, no. And he is able to save Camilla. Chrissy was the initial target. The Camilla thing happened. They got it back onto Chrissy, but now David and Mary are like, look, like, we kind of understand. We were maybe pushing Camilla a little hard, but she's not part of our alliance. Why does it matter that much? So why did Kyle want to save her so bad? This is eye-opening. And I'm like, oh man, I can see what's happening. It's like the Unga Bungas. The way I pronounce the bungas sound fucking weird. The Unga Bunga 5 are going to start to fall apart. And I can see where some of the battle lines are being drawn. Like we saw in this episode, Shaheen saying, I'm really close to Kyle and Camilla. Partially because of what happened in the Swamp Tribe, and also because of what happened the other day. They could have taken me out. They had every opportunity and reason to, and they didn't. They're ride or dies for me. He's a lot closer to them than he is to David. And we even see in the preview, it's like he's like, I'm with you, Kyle. Joe seems like he's probably, like, Shaheen is his boy. So if Shaheen says, I'm picking Kyle, he might go with them. But Ava is really close to David, and we saw that before, and she's very clearly closer to David than she is to Kyle or Camilla, because she was with him during the swap. And Joe, while he's really good with Shaheen and also really likes Kyle and Camilla, Eva's his girl, so he might say, I gotta pick David in this because that's what Eva wants to pick. But Eva also now is gonna have this extra secret advantage, and it's like, alright, how's she gonna use that? Would she use that to save David? Is this I'm only going to use this for me? Which also in my head, I'm like, okay, looking ahead to the final 3, whoever we get. I think Kyle and Camilla, whoever, if either of them makes it, would have a very good chance of winning, because assuming the other is not sitting next to them, Kyle, I feel like, would advocate super hard for Camilla to win, and I think Camilla would do the exact same thing. Obviously, with Charlie and Maria, you never really know, but I feel like, yeah, if one of them goes out, they are going to be like, no, this person needs to win for X, Y, and Z reasons. I think if Eva really misplays her whatever advantage she's about to get and, like, doesn't tell anybody, or ends up screwing over someone, like if she screws over Joe with that, this whole, like, where, we want to play with honor and integrity, but she didn't tell us about the things she had, like, that could be interesting. David right now seems like he's, like, looks like he burned that bridge with Chrissy, as Chrissy was kind of digging her own grave in Tribal. He might have very well burned a bridge with Kyle and Camilla as well. We'll see how that goes. So I was like, David seems like he might be poised to win. And like, if he's just, like, burning all his bridges, I don't know. Meanwhile, Mitch is over here just going like, look, I'm just kind of living my best life. I'm not, because I haven't fucking eaten, but I don't have any real alliances right now. But also, even though I was a target earlier, they didn't take their shot at me. And I'm just kind of chilling. I don't know. Like, I'll put it like this. I can see winner equity in a few different people here. And I can also see, again, like, where some of the battle lines are going to be drawn. It's like, okay, is the Unga Bunga 5 going to stick together? Plus Mary, plus Camilla to take out, who's left then? Mitch, Star. It's 9 people. So you got your Unga Bunga 5, which is Joe, Eva, Shaheen, Kyle, and David. Camilla. Oh, yeah. So, it's Camilla, Mary, and then Star, Mitch. So Mitch and Star would theoretically be the targets, but it's probably going to be, we're taking out Camilla now. So the battle lines get drawn, and then David or Kyle or maybe Camilla probably ends up going home. We'll see. I've seen some people say, like, man, I really hope this, like, strong 5 doesn't just dominate, because that's going to be boring. I don't know. And I think for me personally, it's because while it can be boring to just see an alliance dominate like how the Reba 4 did, I also more or less liked the Reba 4, although I was really hoping Emily was going to do something crazy near the end. It just never happened. But, like, I like the people in the strong five. Like, I've talked about how I've really liked Eva since episode 1. I like Joe a lot. I like Shaheen a lot. I like David. We'll kind of see how this goes if he ends up not being my favorite. I still generally like the dude. I really like Kyle. And again, like, Kyle and Camilla I think are such a likable duo, at least for me, that I would be very happy to see any of them win. I'd be happy to see Eva win, Joe win, pretty much anybody left. Like, we don't get a lot of content from Star. I fucking love Star. If Mitch somehow pulls this out, I don't think I would be disappointed. I'm liking this season a lot. I think that's kind of all I have to say. What did I say? I was saying under 20 minutes, I think. That did not happen, but we got it under 30. I will take that. I will see you. Take care.